Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is Season 14 of What's on the Tape. This is the first episode, or the first volume, so you get volume, tapes, volume, anyway, first volume of the new season, and I took a little gamble just before sort of, the little 2-week break that I take. I took a little gamble on a box of tapes, and this is said box of tapes. Now, unfortunately, said box of tapes was quite disappointing, really. There's a lot of these are, I think, Electron, and a lot of these are BBC from the sound, because they make this specific sound that goes with them, sort of a noise. That was me doing the noise, by the way. So quite disappointing, really, in the sense of that. There's lots and lots of stuff in here. It's 2 layers thick. You can see it's 2 layers thick. And unfortunately, out of all of that, this is what we're going to do this week, because this is all that I got. Let me see. Let me just move this out of the way. A gigantic thing piled and knocking the camera. Right, you stay there. And this, I'm afraid, is all we got. Look. And to be fair, they're quite. Some of the sound effects on are quite wimpy, but this one says hang. I'm going to assume it's Hangman, possibly, and I've no idea what's on the other. Oh no, it says Elite. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's never popped up on the thing. So this must be the one where you don't need the code or the lens lock for it. So we got Elite, and we got Hang something or other. We've got Airstrike, Meteors, and Strike. Now, to be fair, these tapes are pretty much. But then it's got this Monaco maybe? Monaco there. And Meteors there. So I don't know what's on there, and that's a really quiet tape as well. I mean, it's a C12 of all things, so there's only 6 minutes per side. That C12 is extremely quiet, so that might not happen very well. And then there's this one, which I think is 180, so I think that's darts on this one. And then we've got Leapfrog on this side. Now, I can't help feeling that's going to be BBC or something similar. Anyway, so we're going to give those a try, but I thought I'd show you some other things that came out of this. One of which is, and I'll show you this one as well while I'm at it, is that one of the things that somebody says to me about the kind of old things is that they don't really, you're not going to see them again. This is it. You know what? If I, and not that I would bin these, but if I bin these, you won't see this again. You won't see this replica cover again. It may maybe disappear forever. But this brings about a big question. It's like, is this history? Is this history worth preserving? So, but I'm going to show you some of them. So we're going to preserve them via our YouTube sort of channel thing. So we'll put one of these in the tape drive later, in a second, in fact. So we'll probably start with that one, actually, to be honest with you. But we'll put them over there. And let me show you some of these other covers that came out of here. So this is obviously another replica one with these sort of bright, sort of fluorescent colours. There's pinks, there's bright, vibrant pinks. I quite like that one. What else came out of here? We got this AGFA tape, which is a 60-minute, and that's got a lovely sort of pattern across the whole thing. This one's actually blank, funnily enough, so that's not too bad. That's a proper blank. That one there. I like the sort of pattern, the crossing pattern on that one. What else do we have? We had another AGFA, which is a computer one, which has got like a pattern of a circuit board on it. Now, they don't make these anymore. They definitely don't make them more. And I don't know if they make this company exists anymore. I'm not sure about that one either, to be honest with you. But I don't think they make these anymore, not that particular way. This one then struck me as being interesting. This is Microgem. Batch certified, and it's a very plain looking cover, but it's I would call it a 70s aesthetic for that whole kind of thing, but it's a computer cassette, batch tested, certified. So again, probably doesn't even exist anymore. And then last one, and I keep wanting to call it Lloydtron, it's not, it's Lloydtron. And I just like the look of this one. It's just got a really nice sort of look, including the tape itself, which sort of, again, very 80s and very sort of late 70s, early 80s sort of look. But that won't exist anymore. You'll be hard pressed to find one of those. So that's one of those things. And then I've got these things. So there's some interesting things amongst this little lot. We've got some really interesting things. So look at these. Has anybody seen tapes like these before? Look at this. Now, what mine's really interesting when we open this up is, first of all, is the sort of plastic case, which is something I'm not seeing many of them. I'm not saying I haven't seen sort of clamshell like this, but this is sort of plastic case. But look at the tape. What's that about? And then it's got really weird sort of text on it, which somebody's overwritten, you know, programming tools, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of a weird tape. We've got that one. And then this one here is keyed file access method. It feels like it's some kind of security thing, but then somebody's obviously recorded over it with Hunchback and put keyed file access method, you know, KFAM 22 tape, whatever else it is. It just feels really... feels very military, if that makes sense. I don't know whether it's me or whether it's something else, but I just think that's really interesting. There's another one here as well, of course, which hasn't really got anything else other than a little bit more about. This one was kind of blank, I think. There's no printing over the top of that, but they just seem very official, those particular ones. And then lastly, out of the whole thing, I've never seen one of these before, and it's apparently not for sale. This is some demonstration tape from Sony of music. Now, what I'll do is I want to get the thing up and running. I'll stick it in the tape drive so you can have a quick listen to it once I get the tape drive out again. But we'll do this. This is a demonstration. It's not for sale. I'm assuming this was sent to stores so that they could demonstrate the stereos and things like that. The most hilarious thing about it is it's pure 70s disco. I mean, quite honestly, but of course it's also Tatsumika composed by arranged by Tatsumiko Arakanuwa, something like Kanawa. Anyway, but it's definitely Japanese. Somebody has recorded over it. I've just noticed that. Or must be on the other side, but certainly at the beginning of that, there's some real upper sort of 70s style disco. So, and anyway, and I promised this as well, because it's a long intro. Sorry, sorry about the long intro. But I did promise this for next week because it arrived in the post and I really want to do it. This is a thing from my friend Daryl, who's been following the channel in a long time. He sent this to us for a compilation to finish the season. So we're going to have 9 episodes and then we're going to have this to finish the season. It's the Conflict Command, and it arrived way before anything happened globally. So we're going to do this one because it's got some absolutely stonkers on here. It's got Green Beret, it's got Army Moves, it's got Great Escape, and it's got Psychosocial, one of which I have never played before. I've definitely played the other 3, so I've not played that before. But without further ado, I'm going to pop all this to one side now. Without further ado, I'm going to shift it all over. I'm going to put this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, and we're going to go for Load It Dip. But first, just to start the new season, first, we're going to try that Sony tape, that interesting Sony promo tape. Let's see if I can get this playing here for you. Let's see if we can listen to a bit of this, what I would call disco music. I may be playing this later to romance the other half with. I don't think she's gonna like it. I don't think she's gonna think it's funny. But hang on, there we go. Oh wow. Oh seriously, it's over time. It's over time. I'm fast forwarding it a bit here for you. Look at this. Listen to this. Listen to this. I feel like wearing some crushed velvet and possibly in purple and releasing my hairy chest. Let me just give you a bit more of the beauty that is this tape. I can imagine this is playing in a store to demonstrate the quality of the tape player for Sony. It's just, this was what they came up with, you know. Bow bow. Oh, my collar's opening. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Honestly, that's brilliant. I'm loving that. That's a great way to start the show for season 14. Yes, season 14. Do you know something though? The funny thing about this is I have a feeling that forget that tape working beautifully well. I suspect all the other ones aren't going to work at all. I think this is the problem. I think this is going to be a bit of a mishmash of complete failures. I can't believe that I bought about 60 tapes there, and only 3 of them worked. I don't feel cheated, but I feel like, my God. I mean, I knew it was a gamble. The guy said, I'm not sure what's in here. He was like, I have no idea whether or not there's things that are working or not working. So it really was. Oh, that's so quiet. Let's try that again. Let's try it. The guy said it was going to be a gamble at first. I'm so excited from the disco pleasure that we've just had. No, it's not going to go. Right, let's see if we'll swap it to the other tape drive, the one that's really loud there, and we'll pop it in there, and we'll put my tape expansion thing. You know, so back in the day we had CDs, cassettes, CDs. Well, we still have CDs. It's like they've disappeared. Yeah, right. Okay, I know records have replaced them. Actually, to be fair, everybody loves records, don't they? But CDs, and then we had a thing that went from our CD player into a car tape deck so that we could still play it through the thing. That's what this is. So it's like a fake tape with another head, effectively, that plays from it. But the beauty of that with this is I can turn this up nice and loud, and hopefully it'll work. No, that's not a good start. I'm not sure what this is though. The problem is it just says hang. See if we give it a bit more. We'll get some tone into it. See how that works. No. Hang on. Keeps popping out the tape drive. I do need a new tape deck, actually, to be fair. I think I've only got the one working one now. Come on. You know you want to. That looks better. Watching the lines. No, it's not. It's not better. Let's put some tone into it. See if we get enough. If we can get a little bit of tone in there, see if that'll do it. Come on, brace yourselves. I'm gonna look on what's on PlayZX to see if I can find something called Hang, because I wonder if there's a program called Hang. It's worth a try, isn't it? It's worth a blast. We'll give it a go. Let's see if we can find something. If we find the word Hang, I think we'll go with that. We'll go with PlayZX, because we can't have the start of this whole thing which isn't working properly, can we? We can't have a sort of a beginning of the season. Oh, it could be that. Let's try that then. It's Big K. We'll stop that. Big K, 1984. 1984 hang glider. Hang glider. One of those seriously dangerous sports that classifies you as a. Oh. Yeah, that one, please. I'm selecting it. There we go. It's 47 seconds to load this one, so that's a good start anyway. 47 seconds I can live with. Glider. Doesn't actually come up with hang, but anyway. That would be about right, though. That's the kind of length of time we're talking about here. We've also got Hangman for 24 seconds and Hangman from Virgin Books, and they're also 24 seconds. But this sounds interesting. This could be all right. Glider. We'll do it to a little hang glider, because that's the only one that's called hang. Could be just Hangman, though, to be fair. More likely to be just Hangman, but I think we'll go with this one as an attempt for the first one. I'm going to pop this tape in, and I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to rewind it, because it doesn't say there's anything else on here. There could be, actually. There could be. We will fast forward through it. Without a doubt, we will fast forward through it. Oh, yes! Little hang glider, man! That's actually nice graphics. I quite like that. According to the NHS, in the UK, the health service, the hang gliding is as dangerous as promiscuous sex, apparently. So there you go. If you've learned something, I used to work in the NHS for a very long time. One of the things that used to amuse me was there is coding for all of your illnesses. It makes sense. You can code it, so they can code it, and they can be more granular as you go down. So you start at the top of the code with sort of an A, and that covers like accidents, say, And actually, I think that is actually the track. Or is it T? T is accidents, or something something similar. Anyway, there's a sort of coding that goes down, and once you get down to about 3 levels of codes, and that's quite a lot of codes actually that can be underneath it, you're getting some serious stuff. But I think if I remember rightly, T55 is, and this is true, you can look it up yourselves, T55 is spacecraft accidents. It's the section that covers accidents including spacecraft. But it also, as I say, the hang gliding is seen as dangerous as promiscuous sex. So please don't have promiscuous sex and hang glide at the same time. It's guaranteed death. Oh dear, you hang gliding people out there. If you know anybody hang glides, just make sure they know that. That's a very dangerous thing they can do in there. So they should probably write, if they actually manage to hang glide and have promiscuous sex, then there's a good chance that they really ought to be sort of getting a lottery ticket that week, because they're going to win for sure. Right, okay, let's drink coffee first, then we'll do that. Right, okay, poised and ready to launch the flight down the green landing pad. Press Z to start your flight, and you will begin bring you near to the ground. Miss the landing pad and you will be injured. Hit the building and you will be killed. What did I say about hang gliding? So I've got starting my descent. You start your flight and we'll bring you down near the ground. Watch out for the birds. They'll bring you down in a crash. Okay, press the key. Z. I've got the Z key. So I'm standing on the edge. Right. Oh, right. Z's to kind of bring my descent down. Oh, don't crash into the building. Oh, dead. Crashed into the building. That's pretty harsh. Oh, it's got the old death march. Do, 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 do. I quite like it, though. I wonder if it got a full release. You know, sort of a whole sort of... You missed a landing pad and broke your leg, but there was a lesson to be learnt there. I nearly did it, broke my leg. When does the promiscuous sex start? You know, so that's what I want to know. Oh, I broke my leg again! Oh no! It's the way he comes in, like, sort of lands. Just 3 flights, 0 landings. Right, okay, I'm jumping off the edge. It's a bit harsh. It's more like base tube jumping than serious. Congratulations! Oh, landed safely. Look at that. He's like, his arms are up. He's like, ooh, 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 ooh. I've landed it. I'm doing it again. We're going for it again. This could be my game today. I feel. Oh, 2 for 2. Can we make it 3? Can we make it 3? I'm liking this. 3! Oh, well, it's brilliant, isn't it? That's a winner. I want a copy of this now. Big case, hang glider, amazing. And after we push the, I want to see if it's basic for a start off. It is. It's basic. Let's list this. Let's list this beast. Ah, it's really good. I like that. Kudos to the gentleman who created that. Or lady. Could be lady. It could be a lady. It's true. It could be a lady. It could be anybody. Right, that was cool. Let's have a look and see what else we can find on this tape. That's the hang glider one. It says there could be something like shoe afterwards. It's quiet now. Oh, brace yourselves. Oh, another. I can hear there's a dullness in the sound. There's like a dur dur. You hear that dullness? That's always bad. That's always bad. That's only a little bit further forward. Let's see if we go a bit further forward on the tape. See, there's a bit more to that. It wouldn't be what's on the tape without something failing. I bet that big K game is really rare. I bet it's really rare. I bet it was a sort of one that was mail order only. Mail order only. Remember those? Those are the ones that are most sought after now. Those ones, the hand drawing covers and all things that go with it. Those are the ones everybody really wants. I can understand why, because they're kind of super rare. I mean, I've got a couple of not hand drawn ones, but I've got a couple of, you know, fairly uncommon games myself, and I have to admit that I wouldn't give them up for love nor money, but I'm pleased that most of them are documented with things like Spectrum Computing. Is it .co.uk and World of Spectrum? At least they're there. They're protected. I mean, this is what it is. It's about preservation, isn't it? It's like that bit at the beginning. This is the history thing, isn't it? I mean, we've just listened to a bit of that Sony demonstration tape there. What if that music was never held? Mind you, it was Sony, so it probably is. But what if that music was never held anywhere? What if that is the only copy of it that's ever circulated to somebody who would be able to do something with it? I mean, that's the possibility. You could have something super rare there, but the value of it's pennies, isn't it? I mean, who's going to listen to 70s stroke 80s disco and go, that's the thing. I mean, however, I may be using that later when I'm having hang gliders and promiscuous sex and listening to Sony's tape, Rotional tape. I'll find my Walkman when I put that on. Yeah. Well, anyway, sorry. Back to the normality for a second there. Yeah. But I mean, that's the point, isn't it? I mean, us people who are doing all this retro stuff. I mean, and it's lovely when people do find missing in action tapes and literally record it and sort of take pictures of the inlay to make sure that the thing is preserved. That's brilliant. That is really, really good. I mean, I'm delighted that we do that kind of thing, and that's the thing, isn't it? The beauty of things like retro collecting, though, over collecting Ferraris and Lamborghinis, because none of us are going to collect Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And if you do collect Ferraris and Lamborghinis, put your name in the comment below and leave your credit card details with that 3-letter CV is it CVS thing there. No, just for the rest of us, just to make sure that we can all have a Ferrari too. But in all in all fairness though, we're collecting retro stuff, and there's a limit. There's a point where it's bouncing off. I think we've got that point now where we're toppling again with retro pricing. I think we're coming down again now, simply because I can see certain things. Those who have collected it have collected it. And those who are new to collecting it, well, there's not as many of us collecting it because we've got a lot of it. So I think prices have come down slightly. I do think that they have. I mean, what was it? There was on the Sinclair for sale. There was an issue 1 Spectrum, and that went for an awful lot less than the last time round. I think it hit £800. I think last time round, and this time it hit about £450 for an issue 1 rubber key Spectrum. I could see why that's happening, because most people who wanted an issue 1 have got an issue 1, and it's not a case of collecting them or hoarding them, because who else is going to buy them, if that makes sense? Who else is going to buy those issue 1s? It was way beyond my coffers to really go 450 quid for it. I mean, I have spent money on things before, but I wouldn't. I hate to say it. I've got a rubber key Spectrum. It's probably an issue 3. I say issue 3 because I've customised mine. I've replaced the case, and I've replaced the cover, and I've replaced the buttons, and I've done the composite mod on it. But I've kept the old case, by the way. Anybody who's asking out there who wants to know whether I kept the old case, and there's nothing on this side of the tape, is there? This is empty. This is an empty side of the tape. It says Elite. It's teased me with the words teased me until I lose control. Anyway, but it's teased me with the words Elite written on it. It genuinely has. Elite is one of the greatest sort of, I don't know, gameplay development product ever. I mean, it's one of the first true open world space combat games where you could actually have a job as a bounty hunter, a job as a cargo freight pilot, a job as a pirate, a job as effectively an explorer of the area, and that. Or a miner. I think miner was the other one, because you could shoot rocks down, couldn't you? And it was absolutely phenomenal. It was wireframe graphics. It was. There is nothing on this side of the tape. I knew I was having a bad time with this little lot. There's nothing on here. That's going on the floor. Right, let me look above me, because I think I have my original copy of Elite up here. In fact, I may have 2. Not because I'm greedy, but because I like Elite, and I wanted 2. So there we go. Hang on a second. You stay there. I'm looking right now. I'm looking. These are the re-releases. By re-releases. By re-releases, I think they were called the gold versions, the gold editions. That's what it was. So they didn't have the lens lock, and I know lots of people like the lens lock, but they did have the manuals. So they did have the Space Traders flight manual, which is absolutely phenomenal. One of my copies has the instructions for the what's it called? The Dark something or other series. It's like the story of the whole thing. I mean, and these things are properly sort of they're good. They're amazing. They're absolutely fantastic. I mean the amount of effort and detail that went into this game is just it's without compare. And I know it still exists. You can still play it. There's Elite Dangerous now, and you can play that. And of course, they went into Frontiers, which had the planet landing and all the other stuff, which obviously got further on later. I have to admit, I was never a big fan of Frontiers, only because I think I'd moved into by then things like Wing Commander and other things. So I wasn't really a massive sort of Wing Commander. No, not Wing Commander. Massive Frontiers fan, and I think the over complexity of it made it more something I didn't want to do. But Elite is one of these games that genuinely. Oh, that's not a good start, is it? That's not a good start. Let's see if we can. Let's do the tape loader. This shouldn't work, but we'll give it a try anyway. We'll push the button. We'll push play. But there was a complexity there. There was of the game that I just didn't quite like. It was a bit too complex. But I know Elite doesn't care about you. It's a game that literally allows you to blow up, and because it's permadeath, as it's now called. Well, back in the day, it was just the bloody norm to die and stay dead, if that makes sense. It was kind of that it's not happy. It's not happy loading that. Let's rewind that on the other side. It's probably because it was halfway rewound. I don't think I've ever put these into the tape drive, which is a real shame. So let's try it on the other side of the tape. It's recorded twice, so it should be okay. Give it a rewind, and we'll see. But yeah, I mean, we were used to that, weren't we? We were used to sort of dying and then having to start all over again. None of this sort of respawning and letting you continue the game, which is great. Don't get me wrong, because I kind of like, I can imagine doing permadeath in things like GTA 5 or something like that. Oh, it'd be uproar, wouldn't there? It'd be absolute uproar. These kids wouldn't be able to handle it. Oh my god, I've died and I've got to start all over again. That was my child impression or kid impression, or they're meant to be 18, aren't they? So it was an 18-year-old's impression of the thing. But either way, these things are just. That was the norm. That was the norm. We expected that. Okay, let's load. I hope this loads. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers and your toes. It's been sat on the shelf for about 1 billion years, but anyway. I remember playing this, and do you know what? And I'll admit to it as well. I had a special version of it, and I feel really bad because it was one of my favourite games. I used to come back because you could save your game, if you remember rightly. You could save and reload that was the first thing it asked you. You could save and reload your game. So that was also really key to this. You could continue your adventure. You could continue being the pirate, the bounty hunter, the policeman, whatever else it is. You could continue being all of those things. And it's just really important that was the case for something as this game is literally. I mean, if you're writing in the comments and you never played Elite, I'm utterly amazed for a start off. But this game set so many standards for so many things. It's so important to all modern gaming with what it did, and to be honest, it was important to me as a kid. It's funny, I really haven't come back to it realistically. I suspect I think it's what it is. I'm worried about the nostalgia of this. This is the first time I've probably loaded Elite in a very long time. I don't think it's turned up on What's on the Tape before, and as a result, I'm a little concerned that my love of the game will be destroyed by the reality of the game now. It definitely held my attention for a long time back in the day. I definitely did. I'm sure it did a lot of other people as well, if you were into sort of space things. I mean, the whole thing about rolling the ship as well, sort of, the way you rotate in space is really, really important to the whole thing. But anyway. I've got coffee. I hope you've got a beverage. That's a really nice cup of coffee, actually. I'm quite enjoying that. It's a good one. I was out this morning early. My
my good lady wife wanted some things taken to the tip for disposal, domestic things, and I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. At least we don't have to book anymore. There's no more of this COVID booking thing, so that was a bonus, and I had to go to the tip and take some things. And I was quite surprised about the whole number of things that weren't recycled. For instance, I had an old gaming chair that I wasn't wasn't very sort of, I don't know. We changed it. I got a gaming chair. My daughter got one for her room and whatever else it is, and I got one, sort of through work. And I took this chair and I thought, do you know something? I thought that because it wasn't anything really wrong with it. It just was an old chair. It just wasn't as comfortable as the one I've got now, and it wasn't as comfortable as the one my daughter had, and this and the other. I thought that would be the first thing that would go on the recycle pile. Nope, totally unrecyclable. And I thought to myself, to be honest with you, a little bit of, strip it down, put the plastic back on again, pin a new seat cover on it, give it a damn good clean. There's a £30 chair, but I guess there's no value in spending, I don't know, an hour doing a chair if you knew what you're doing. That was to reupholster it and give it a clean and flog it again. I guess there's no mileage in it, which is a real shame, to be honest with you. It's quite weird. So as a gaming chair, I got rid of some of the bits and pieces. Not huge, exciting things, just old bits of horrible chipboard that were lying around from something my wife smashed. She likes smashing things. She's very good at that. Oh my God, we've crashed. Or have we crashed? What have we done? Oh no, we're almost there. Thought for a minute there we crashed. Thought it was going badly. It's not gone badly. We're okay. Whoo! I was a bit worried about this one. As I say, I've been a bit worried about this week's episode. Not because of anything else. I have got myself a couple of bids on eBay on 2 boxes of great stuff. Dave plays Retrogames badly. Birdsall himself, he suggested those. I say the box of other things that are in there, which are either Electron and Commodore 64. I'm not going to tackle it because first off, I have an Electron tape deck, but I don't have a BBC one because it could be BBC as well, or there could be C64. There's a distinct sound to them. There's a distinct sort of. I think I did that earlier, but anyway, there's a distinct sound to them, and I can tell the difference instantaneously between what's a Spectrum game and what's an Amstrad CPC game. So you could definitely tell the difference between the two sort of sounds. So, they're just they're a very long load on the Commodore 64, and as much as I love talking to you, I also like playing the games. So it's about double board a board rate in comparison. I think it's 300 board for the Commodore 64, and I think it's 150 board for the Commodore 64, and the Spectrum's 300 board, which means it's double the speed theoretically. And that's just stopped and crashed, and I've got this doing that. Don't do that to me. That's not very good. You know what? That's so what's on the tape, isn't it? Where's the box? Where's the case for this? There we go. It's there. Right, okay. I'll tell you what, we'll carry on and then we'll try and do Elite towards the end, alright? I do apologise for no Elite. What have we got here? So this should be 180. That's the theory. Let's go down to this basic and let's do load dit or load speech marks. Let's push the button there. And we'll go for this. So it should be 180. And while that's just starting to load that, I'm going to grab the other copy I've got of Elite and bring it down. I don't think I've ever tried to load it on 128K Spectrum before. It's always been on my 48K rubber key when I last played it, which will be nearly 30 plus years ago now, I would think. Hang on, I'm grabbing the other one. Oh, got it. This is the copy with the, I think it's called, is it Dark? Oh, the Dark Wheel. That's the name of the Elite thing by Robert Holdstock. I feel like I'm doing Jackanory with you now. Elite, the Dark Wheel. My name's Ryan Reynolds. Sorry, but give me seriously. From the movement of the trading ship, I can't even believe it, Avalonia slipped into an orbital breadth above the planet lava and began to maneuver the hyperspace point jump to the maneuver for the hyperspace jump point. Its measurable lifespan. And that of the two-man crew were exactly 18 minutes. Ooh. That's me when I come out. Two-man crew, though. I didn't realise I had a two-man crew. The space station gently spans away into the shadows, and small Orthian-class vessel shudders as the motors angled it and rounded towards the faraway jump point. Ah. I've never read it, you know. You can tell, can't you? The boy with the stars... This is the back of the book, by the way. Read the novel, play the game. The boy with stars in his eyes, shooting the rapids of heaven. Wow, that's a lovely line, isn't it? The boy with stars in his eyes, shooting the rapids of heaven. That's lovely, that. The Order of Elite. A fighting quality far beyond courage, macho, and cool precision. Macho. The word macho is used here. I've never read that before. Do you know something? I now feel the need to read it beforehand because obviously it's like your first adventure. But that's the beauty of things like this. They're blowing brill. What else we got? Sorry, I'm leaning down on the floor there. I was talking to myself there. I've got the tape for the other one. It's the other one. Ooh, the tape's in terrible shape. I've never noticed that before. But at least it's rewound, unlike the other bugger. So, anyway. Right. What's on the tape? We're here again. Another 10 weeks of my wafflings. Zing. Waffle things. I haven't tuned us. I've not gone with the opportunity to discuss all of the gaming industry at the moment recently because let's be honest, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Really, you know the whole Activision Blizzard, Bobby, what's he called, and the sort of bringing it in. To be fair, I think Microsoft have picked themselves up a lovely HR nightmare. That's really what they've got. A complaint to HR, my gigantic $60 billion HR complaint. I mean, seriously, and not many other companies in the world would be prepared to pay that much money for an HR complaint, but Microsoft clearly are. Because I think the knock-on effects are going to be bad, unfortunately, from that, unless they absolutely shed it. And apparently, the shareholders of Activision Blizzard are currently suing Activision Blizzard for selling out to Microsoft because they didn't want to sell it to Microsoft. So it's not going as well as they thought it was going to go, because it's actually not done yet. It's in principle done, but it's not actually done. And as we know about deals, sometimes they don't finish. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what we're loading here, by the way. 180! 180! Redefine keys. Up, down, left, right, fire, space. Mastertronic, masters of budget games when I was a kid. Loved them. Never had 180. Never really big into darts. Had darts at home. Used to use it to chuck the darts around the garden rather than actually doing anything else like that. Game on 2. Do I need 2-player? 2. Game on. Choose your opponent. Your opponent is whatever he's called. So is this my hand here? Yeah, it is. Right, okay. Oh! Oh, yeah! 20 points. 60 points. And it comes off the score, doesn't it? There he goes. Look at that! Brilliant. There's a barmaid behind there. She's serving a pint. I wasn't sure what she had on her hand for a minute there. I thought she might have been hang gliding. Leave that hang glider alone, you dirty girl. Right, okay. Come on. Stop being rude. There we go, 20. And 40. 5. That's not good. It's off my score. Oh, she's working that. Yes, thing in the back there. The man in the side got a pint. Was that me? I think that's me getting a pint there. There's a little sort of... There we go. He's aiming. Aiming at treble. He's got it. He's got it. 20. I like the way it moves because your hand kind of wobbles. Perfect. Brilliant game. 0. Brilliant. Excellent. Oh, she's going to do another bar. Watch the barmaid. Watch the barmaid. Watch the barmaid. She's going to do another pint. No, no pints for the barmaid this time round. I like this guy throwing at it. Treble 20. Aimed at 20 to third dart. Got a single. Got a single. He's getting there with the score now. 0. 5. 20. I'm doing rubbish. It's not bad though. Good music as well. Oh, nice bit of music. I like the bar scene though. I quite like the fact that I'm like standing to the side now. I'm no longer the guy aiming. It's this dude. I must be really drunk though, because my hand's going everywhere. Oh yeah. Yeah, she just popped. She did a pint. She did a pint. She pulled the pump. Oh dear. It's just another one. Got a single. Final score 32. Right, okay. And down to 120 now. He's done 32. What does he need? Aiming at a double, so that's him to want to finish in it. Missed the board. At the double. He's gonna. If he gets a double, he wins, because I think you have to get a double to finish, don't you? So he needs 32, and he missed the board, so he just needs the 32 to finish. It's all right. We're there. No, not with a 1. We won't be. And another 20. We're at 85 less, so he's going to go for the 16 again. Got a single 16, that's no good. He needs a double 8. Got the double 8, he's won. Del Boy Desmond has won. That's pretty good, isn't it? Actually, I have to admit, I much prefer this version of darts other than the one where I'm just playing the garden, throwing them at the trees. I definitely think that. That's probably why my dad was never chuffed about my darts. He used to have these really fancy ones with like feathers on them and everything, and then obviously I used to go throw them at trees. So yeah, that wasn't very good. Let's carry on. Let's see what else we got on here. Let's do this. Got a little boy in the background, very excited because there's some hoovers going on in the front room. So he likes to watch a hoover. It's amazing about things you can watch on YouTube, a bit like my stupid videos. But you can also watch hoovers going on there, sort of as a one of these things. What's it called? There's a special name for it where the noise is nice. Right. So whatever else is there was recorded over. Let's see if we can find anything there. My eyesight's terrible. I think it says Fortnite, but it might be 40s. 40s probably. Probably 40s. More likely to be 40s than Fortnite. I think this is empty. You got me making that noise of it doing its... Nope, I think we're empty on that side. Let's turn it over and see whether or not it's got leapfrog. Is leapfrog? It's Frogger, isn't it? I think it's. Is this the DK-tronics version of it? See, well, the funny thing is, if you watch my videos from the beginning, you'll see me. I was I'm still completely useless, but I was like really useless back at the beginning of my videos. Oh no, this is gonna be BBC or something like that. Listen to the sound. Listen. There you go. Yeah, BBC, I'm afraid. So that leapfrog is definitely BBC. I was thinking it was a DK Tronics one, but as I say, when I was back in when we first started all of these things, and I started the sort of YouTube channel that I run now, I didn't really know an awful lot, and you guys taught me everything basically. I mean, obviously I've looked some of it up and all this kind of stuff, but you've kind of taught me a whole bunch of things that I didn't previously know about certain games and histories of things. I mean, I put up a thing on Twitter the other day about because I quite like the cover of the Secret of St. Bride's. It's a good looking cover. So it's sort of very Victorian-esque looking. Well, I hadn't realised that was actually part of the whole thing. There was a Secret of St. Bride's. There was a place called St. Bride's. And by the way, I'm swapping the tape into a special drive here because I need to turn up the volume on this because I heard this tape earlier. It was very quiet, so fingers crossed. Anyway, so I hadn't realised that the St. Bride's thing had really happened. Go and Google it. Look for the Secret of St. Bride's. Looking for the developers. Silver Nuns or something similar, I think they're called. Very, very interesting. So I've learned a lot of stuff. I mean, it's like there I'm going, is that the DK Tronics version of Leapfrog? Because there is a version, I think but I think it's called Frogger by DK Tronics when I was looking at Leapfrog on. Clearly not. That was clearly the BBC version. But the point is that I'm starting to learn a few things about the games that I'm actually playing, which is really good, and the machine that I've got in front of me, and all the other kind of things that go with kind of doing stuff repetitively over and over again and really enjoying it. Right, fingers crossed. No, it's gonna be hard, this one, to get working. The volume is really low on it. It's going to be hard, this one, to get working, I think. Been a bit of an unsuccessful set of tapes, to be honest with you. Very unsuccessful set of tapes. But if you've been here long enough and you've been watching the channel long enough, and they've told all your friends and all of them watch, you know, your mother, your father, the dog, the cat, they're all subscribed. All those people that are subscribed, if you've seen it, that's it's gonna be slim. This. I'll turn up a little howl. I mean, to be fair, it's direly quiet. I'm gonna try it again. I'll try it in the tape drive itself, but if not, we're just gonna go with the names because both sides are extremely quiet. I don't know what happens there. Maybe it's magnetized, demagnetized. Do you think that the rust isn't the best it could be? I don't know. I don't know what happens really with the whole thing when it comes to that. But I'm going to try it in the proper tape drive here and in the Spectrum itself. But I don't think you can even hear it. See what I mean? Can barely hear it. It's been recorded so quietly, and because you can't turn the volume up, you're stuffed. Right. Okay. What was on this tape? What did it say it had on it? It said it had something called Airstrike. Okay, it had Airstrike. Oh no, it had this song called Monaco, didn't it? Monaco. Let's search for Monaco on PlayZX and let's stick that in the drive. I don't think we've got any chance of it working any other way. So let's Monaco. Can't spell Monaco. Nothing called Monaco. Let's go with Airstrike then. Nothing called Airstrike either. This is going really well this week. I'm so pleased that I've done this. Let's just say it's Monaco. I don't know. I can't work it out. You guys fast forward to the beginning of things. Got Meteors on the other side. Let's try Meteors. See if we get Meteors to work. It's a bizarrely difficult set of tapes this week, but just really difficult. Nothing loading. Have we had something? We've had 180. We've had Hand Glider, obviously, with the promiscuous sex added to that. So we've had drinking darts. I mean, do darts come into that promiscuous thing as well? I don't suppose having sex and darts at the same time is a good thing. I don't know. I've never tried it. Now I'm curious. It's not the shit that goes through my head. Honestly, the stuff that goes through it just goes through it. I'm sort of, yeah, hang gliding darts and promiscuous sex all at the same time while listening to the Sony tape. Is this gonna listen for it? Yep, another terrible tape for what we've got. So not even branded that one. So that worked really well. Well, that's where we're going. Let's put in the elite tape, the other elite tape, and hope this one loads. Oh god, it's not on the wrong side. Let's put it on the other side. Let's just try this one. Let's see if we can get elite to load. Come on. The reels aren't fitting properly in the whole thing. Let's adjust that slightly. There we go. We've pushed the button for the reels. We've done that. Excellent. One of those things. Oh my goodness, what a session we're having here. I tell you what, though, I have a feeling I'm going to have to finish with something with a flurry of goodies, goodness, excitement for you all. I have to finish with a flurry, so we're going to go with elite. Just stay there. I'm going to pick another tape. And to be fair, if you've been watching my Twitter channel, you can kind of guess where I'm going to go with this. But because it's got to be all. We've been a bit mine related recently, so I think that's a massive clue there. Massive clue. Let's find it. I've got it. You just stay there. You're still there. Don't run away. Don't go. I'm still here. Be my friend. I found the software projects version of Manic Miner. It's been sitting there. It's been calling my name. I think it's only fair that we have a bit of Manic Miner to finish off because it is the first episode. Why not have a classic to start with? Why not? Oh, this is a different loading screen. That's not the Taurus version. Do you remember the other one was like the Taurus version? So is this like the non-gold version? Is this where I need a lens lock? The lens lock. Always remember that. There's a circle at the bottom of that elite sign that just disappears when it loads. No, it's not. It's not. It's still a gold edition. Oh, hang on. Somebody's got something written in here. Some instructions. I don't think it's got anything to do with this game, because it says run, blitz, pass, shot. So those sound like terminologies from American football. That's a game I quite like. I don't know if I've said this before, but my father's American, so he's from the USA. I might not have said that before, but he is from the USA. And one of the things that we used to watch as a kid, because it appeared on Channel 4 when I was a kid, because I was born here, but born in the UK. But when Channel 4 appeared back in the 80s or something similar, they used to play American football. So we used to watch American football, and I quite enjoyed American football. I haven't watched it for years though, to be honest with you. I really should get back into it realistically, because I quite enjoyed it as a sport. It's a weird sport. It's kind of one where you got like little plays and everybody has a break and relaxes for a bit, and then they do a little bit more playing, and then they relax and go. So I used to like Cyberball, and I also like the very early Madden games from EA before it became the evil EA that we all know. Do you know something? I didn't want to get onto this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I always do. I think in every episode I have a section. There should be like a warning sign, a big sort of warning appears about keeping your money in your pocket and stop giving it to companies like Activision Blizzard, EA, all these kind of things. I mean, I used to be a fan of Diablo, and I know that they've got a new Diablo coming out. I ain't gonna buy it. You ain't getting my money. You can keep it. I'm gonna keep that in my pocket, and you ain't getting it, because the only way that unfortunately the world we live in at the moment, apart from whatever's going on elsewhere in Europe at the moment, the world we live in tends to be run by money, unfortunately. So if you want to stop them doing horrible things, stop giving them money to do horrible things. It's pretty simple, isn't it? It really is. So yeah, I'm sick of being a wallet for some of these things. That's why I love my old retro stuff. It's great. It's good stuff. And, you can still get budget games for 50p out there. 50 pence, you can still buy them. They're not the greatest budget titles, but that's not true. I'm totally lying. Totally lying there. There are great budget titles out there for the Spectrum and other machines and even the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox Original, all this kind of stuff. And these are all second hand, so you ain't giving them any money. It's going to somebody else, right? So there's loads of stuff out there that's really, really, really good. That's really, really, really cheap. £1 or so will get you a game that used to be £40 back in the day for the PlayStation 2. Or £10 for the Spectrum, and it's quite nice that you can still do that. And as long as you've got the hardware that runs, it's great, it's brilliant. And of course, if you can't, you can always emulate it. You can collect it and you can emulate it, because you own it anyway, so why not? And I know it's a grey area, emulation, but you can go and emulate it. You can stick it on your PC, you can put it on your phone. You can put it on your whatever else it is. You can do all kinds of things. You get an Evercade. Evercade. Legal way to play these quite a lot of old games. I mean, I think they're up to about 500 games now for that thing. There you go. You can load the Commander. How fantastic is that? Look at that beautiful ship. That's a Cobra. That's a Cobra. I think you get that to begin with as well. I think that's the one that you get, don't you? That's your ship. I mean, this game is just phenomenal. I mean, it's legendary. Just seeing that, just chills down the back of my neck. Do you want to load a new Commander? Load new Commander. No. Space Commander. So there we are, Commander Jameson. We are at this place. I think you press 2 for buying stuff. That's right. So do I want to buy food? I've got quantity for sale, 20 tons. No. 3 is sell cargo. 4 is equip the ship. You can buy fuel here to do it. So you got fuel. The one you really wanted, the one that you really cared about. Delete. The one you really cared about. The one you really cared about was you only get 100 cash to begin with, and your rating's harmless, and your legal status is clean, and you're in lava. The one you only really cared about was on the equipment, number 4, which is the docking computer. Where's the docking computer? Is it the ECM system? No, that's the anti-missile system. There's a docking computer you can get. Once you get that docking computer, which is like 1,000 or something similar, or 4,000, that's all you cared about. That's the system you needed to carry on. Right, I'm going to try and launch now. Should I buy some stuff? Let's buy some stuff. They've only got food for sale, so do I want to buy food? Unit cost is 3. Let's buy 17 tons of food. Zero. Oh, you just press enter to go through them. Sorry. Right. Okay. Radioactive slaves. Slaves are illegal, obviously, and I can understand that. If you trade in slaves, there's big money to be had, but you will get arrested. I don't think liquor was illegal. Luxuries aren't illegal. Narcotics are illegal. Computers aren't illegal. Machinery isn't illegal, and vice versa. So and alloys, furs. Firearms are illegal, and gold isn't illegal, neither of those, and then you trade in those. And I've got 10 tons of those, and I've got 68 left. I don't know how much space I've got on board the ship. That's me launched. Oh, God, let me see if I can remember the controls. So I've launched out the ship. That's me rotating. That's me coming round. So this is the space station. Don't crash into it. Please don't crash into it. Please don't crash into it. So a little dot in the circle of the dot, like the Death Star, is the space station, and there's the entrance for it. Don't crash into it. I'm flying across it. Right, okay. 1, that's rear view. 2, 3, it's your rear view, so that's me flying away from it. I mean, seriously, how flipping brilliant is that? They even put that into the new Elite Dangerous. I think it's not M for map. There's a button for map. I don't want to fly into the planet. I want to fly out that way. Within the S range of the thing, there's a big S in the bottom sort of right-hand corner of that main area there. That big S means I'm within range of the space station, so I can't do hyperspace. What's accelerate? Decelerate. I've got the controls and everything written down here, but I'm rubbish. I haven't read them. Let's have a look at the manual quickly. What are the controls? What are my controls? Quickly, controls. I don't need to know about all the navigating and flying. I just want a quick guide to controls. Because I remember how to play this game. I just need to know how to navigate it. Oh my God, there's a page for logging as a pilot and all the... Oh my gosh, all the pictures of all the ships that are there. Enter inventory, buy, sell. No, market price is key. Right. That's trading. What do we do in space? Where's my controls in space? L's my status page. Yep, shows me what I've got. Press 1 to go back. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm just flying away in space. It's flying in navigation. Here we go. There's a huge map. There was a massive map back in the day. So, I for a galactic map. Look at the size of that map. Seriously, you've got to be impressed by that. And that's the range I can fly to, by the way, the thing there. Galactic map. Local navigation map is O. There we go, local navigation. That's where I want to go. What's to do? P is... Right, okay, they're an agricultural dictatorship. Black, fat felines, apparently. That's what live there. The planet is mildly fabled for its inhabitants' eccentric love for tourists, but plagued by deadly earthquakes. Right, okay. So that's I. O. How do I go hyperspace there? Data on systems P. Yeah, okay. D, distance to system. 4 point whatever else it is. Lovely. Space and symbol shifters decrease and decrease speed. Let's have a little look. See how I can do hyperspace. How do I hyperspace? So O A D. How do I kick the hyperspace in? H. Hyperspace to it. There we go. Blasting through. That's brilliant. So we blasted into that system. And now we've got to basically find the space station. It'll be near the planet. So we'll head towards the planet. And you see rotate. The ship rotates. Everybody hated that. So space and symbol shift. Slim so slow. High. There we go. Speeding up. There's our system there. The little white dot, by the way, is the space station. So that's what we're aiming for. This is horrendous because you had to match the rotation of the space station to land. Let's see if we can land on the space station. That will be make my blooming day. It really will. It'll make my day being able to land on the space station. I'm so pleased that at least one copy of my Elite works. Right. And we're still doing Manic Miner because I don't care. I don't care what you say. I'm making Manic Miners happening. We're gonna play it anyway. This is my software projects version of it. This is technically it's a re-release, but it isn't because I think Matt Smith sold it to everybody, didn't he? Sold it to everybody. Is it J to jump? Oh, that's right. You can J to jump to go faster. There we go. What's incoming now? Oh, look. Is that police? I think that's a police ship. Yep, that's a police Viper. There it goes, police Viper. Let's J to jump a bit more. What's amazing is I've actually played Elite Dangerous, and a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about here within this game still appears within the Elite Dangerous game. The jumping is still there within the sector. And as I say, this game completely hates you. It does not give a stuff whether you die or whether you survive or anything. It just really doesn't. It's just a game of pretty horrendous sort of being. Let's see what we got here. We got somebody incoming. Who's this? Please don't be anybody nasty. Oh, it is nasty. Pirates. Pirates, pirates, pirates. Come on. See if I can get them. This will be a struggle. See if I can remember how to fight in space. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. Forgotten how to... Low energy. I think they're going to kill me. My energy bars are the 1, 2, 3, 4 at the bottom there. I think we're going to go boom, boom. Oh, we're all over. It took me a while. It's been one of those days. Anyway, there's my cargo floating off as well, because when you destroy them, you can pick up the cargo. How brilliant is Elite? Honestly, can you take 1 second to appreciate that? It's even on the PC and the MS-DOS version, and it is in EGA, I believe. I think it's on the Commodore Amiga and the Atari ST as well. Actually, it did get quite a fairly good sort of selection of of being available, if that makes sense. But it is just an absolute corking game. I mean, it really is. I think it's amazing that a lot of the features that are still that are within it are still within modern day version of the game. It's amazing. If you want to play Elite in a much better, more functional sort of environment than that one, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a bit stoppy, if that makes sense. You know, the motion on it's a bit slow, but other than that, it's just brilliant. So, Software Projects by Matthew Smith. He sold it everywhere. What a clever lad he was. Used all them millions up, I believe. Went to Holland, and I think without being rude to Matthew, I think he smoked most of it. Maybe he was hang gliding and having promiscuous sex while playing darts and smoking. Possibly one of those 4 things. That's what he should have stuck to. Hang gliding would be much better. Building more Spectrum games. I wonder if he feels like he should have continued his programming, or whether that was it. It was just like, didn't really care. I'm sure he built it on something else as well. I'm sure a lot of people, or did he program it directly on? I don't know. No idea. Some people didn't, did they? I mean, the Oliver twins? They created all of their games on the Amstrad CPC, and then pushed the code across for the Dizzy games across to the Spectrum. Super Robin Hood comes to mind of one of their early ones, and they pushed it across, and they couldn't work out why anybody in the right mind would want to program on the Specky. Too much like hard work, you know, sort of that whole keyboard and the way it worked. So I can kind of understand that. We've had a cracking time, by the way, after all that. We might have had some crap tapes, but we had a cracking time. I enjoyed myself with those. I don't know about you, but I really did. I thought they were quite good fun. Shame they were broken. Shame they were what they were. But hey, we got 3 Spectrum things out of it. We got completely, unknown games. We got, obviously, to try Elite. We've got 720. We did some hang gliding. I mean, it's not been a bad little session, and we can finish with Manic Miner. And I had a little chat to you at the beginning. It's been good. It's been lovely. It's been fun. And I've talked a load of rubbish about hang gliding. Spacecraft accidents and all that kind of stuff. All those exciting things in the world that we've got. So, yes. And now we're going to finish with Mr. Miner himself, Mr. Willie Miner. I've never finished this. I feel like I should, do you know what I mean, about this particular game? I feel like I should be able to do it. I should be able to finish it. And it feels like, it's one of those things, what we're going to do is we'll hit it hard, this one, and we'll go for it. Now, as I say, I've got a Software Projects version, which has got a big mutant telephone chasing Willie Miner, whose little wellies got on the half on the screen as he escapes. Somebody pointed out that possibly he doesn't do a lot of mining here. It's true, he doesn't do a lot of mining, does Willie Miner. Manic Miner himself. And then, of course, he becomes Jet Set Willie. That's amazing, that. Jet Set Willie. I always thought Jet Set Willie was cool because there was so many rooms in it. That was the thing about Jet Set Willie. It was just like loads of rooms in it. It was just brilliant. We always thought there was like Never-Ending Mansion when I was a kid, but it clearly wasn't a Never-Ending Mansion. It's so badly out of tune. I love it for that. Right, okay. Here we go. So, we go Central Cavern. We've got an air supply that obviously slowly runs out as we go. I couldn't help myself. I needed a bit of Willy action. I needed a bit of Willy. Everybody needs some Willy. I'll jump over this critter here. which to this day I still don't know what he is. He's got like a face trumpet, a pair of Pac-Man middle bit, and a wind-up clock thing in the other side of him. I don't know. Don't know what he is. Do you know what he is? I don't know what he is. So let's see if we can get the first room done. Lovely. First room out the way. Oh, that was close. And this way. 20 rooms in this. 20 rooms in this. I don't think it was 16k though, was it? Was it 16k? Can't remember. Oh, you idiot. We'll just wait for him to go. And then we'll come back. I don't know why I did that in the first place. I was trying to be clever. Clever didn't work out, did it? Let's go up here. It's extremely playable. I will give Matt Smith that. It's an extremely playable game. Extremely playable. If it was a rich man. If I was a rich man. No, it's not. I don't know what the song is. It used to be to say it was the Hall of the Mountain King, but I don't think it is it? Is that the one on the... Is that Jet Set Willie that's the Hall of the Mountain King? This is the way to do it. Love that. Quicker way of doing it. Extra points. Get those juicy pointages going. There we go. And then jump. Graphics on it are brilliant. This is the beauty of simplistic graphics. Can be some of the greatest graphics around. This is why I love indie developers nowadays. They all use sort of simplistic, sort of. I'm not trying to be rude. You know, simplistic sort of pixelated graphics, but they are absolutely gorgeous. They really are. Oh god, missed that one. You silly man. Made me boo boo there because it's a timing thing. It's all timing in the menagerie. Yeah, simplistic graphics of you know, the indie dev is just brilliant. I really love it. That should get that one. And that should get that one. Perfect. Boom. Step off the edge. Step off the edge. I do love the graphics on this. It's just a lovely game. It's a beauty to play, and it's a good one to finish on, I have to admit. Well, for me it is anyway. I don't know about the rest of you, but I like it. I like it. I was looking at Micro Mages. This is a game, one of the games that's coming out on the Evercade. If you've not got an Evercade, I love the Evercade. I think it's a great idea. Still the way to play old games, you know, and that are around, and a lot of homebrew stuff as well. They've got a good selection of that. And Micro Mages is, oh my god, is an example of that. Micro Mages is a fantastic sort of new sort of title that's coming out, and all I can say is it's worth trying. I'm going to push the button because it's very noisy, that one. But it's worth if you've got Evercade, have a little look. It's on Steam if you want it to. But Micro Mages, it looks the business. It's really well programmed. There's an entire documentary called "How to Put a Game into 40K," which is how much memory was in a Nintendo Entertainment System's ROM. And this is what they created, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Completely recommend it. Not quite this, more intense than this in the way it looks. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to see you next week, hopefully for the next episode. I say hopefully, well, I mean hopefully. It's going to happen next week. I'll be here next week with another special tape, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye now.